Hey, it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video I'm doing a review of the Erin Condren Softbound Live Planner, as you can probably see, in the horizontal layout. So I really like horizontal, it's my favourite type of weekly layout, much prefer it over vertical. So a few years back I already did purchase the Erin Condren horizontal, but in the coil bound. So just before I go through the softbound, I thought I'd just show you so you could kind of see the differences, like in page size and the design, that kind of thing. So it is a little bit bigger for the coil bound, obviously it's wider as well. But then the softbound is around about A5 or half US letter. So it's a bit smaller. This one I consider more medium. This is what I'd consider small. The colors are quite similar, as you can see, like the purple. They have updated them slightly inside. If I just do a quick flick for you. Sorry, a bit awkward with one hand. But see how the purple here? It's much the same as past years. So if you do have a previous Erin Condren, you can kind of expect the same colors throughout. Gladly though, you know how they used to have that yucky yellow and green combo? It used to drive me nuts. I hated that. They've finally gotten rid of it, and you can see how they just did one color for each month. They don't have this sort of like background stuff, so they've kind of like simplified it a bit. And then also they do have a neutral version as well, so if you're not into the whole color thing, you could have a look at the neutral version instead. Okay, so the softbound. It is not too fat. It's probably about, I'd say, 3/4 inch thick. I will double check that and obviously include it in the blog post. It'll be linked down below. They'll have all the details about the planner, etc. There is nothing printed on the spine. It's just kind of like a notebook with a funky pattern. There are other options for the live planner that you've probably seen where you can customize the cover. I purchased this one as like the good to go because it was cheaper, and they'll usually put them on clearance around about like March. They'll go on clearance. So if you do want one, you don't really care if it's personalized or not. If you can hold off until then, or if you want to use two planners, maybe purchase it then. You can use date dot stickers, etc. Anywho, let's have a look. So live planner horizontal. Absolutely love this gold foiling. Look at that, so pretty. I love anything and everything in rainbow, so this thing here, I'm absolutely loving it. I really like the way they've done these colors. Big fan. Also love that it's all continued throughout with these little accents on the page. And I like that they've added color, but they've still kept it functional. So if you're going to add a divider line, yeah, they could have made it black, but instead they made it the pretty rainbow. So I like that. You've got color, but it's not like wasting space on the page. Dates at a glance starts on a Sunday. Keep that in mind because I always do check if it's consistent with the weekly and the monthly spreads. I also really like that you got lots of note space, and they've spread this over 2 pages. So most planners will cram all the dates at a glance onto 1 page, and then there's no room for notes. So I much prefer this layout here. I think it's much more well thought out. And then you also get these open-ended boxes you can use for anything. So yeah, you could use them for monthly planning because there's 12, but you could use them for anything like blog post planning, maybe like your projects for the year. I like that they've left it open-ended. And then we go into the months. Now, because it is a softbound planner, there is no tabs on the side. I really do wish that one day some company would come up with some sort of tab system for a softbound notebook. Like, surely you could just extend the cover a bit so we could have tabs, but alas, none of them seem to do that, so kind of standard. We have a notes page, and then a dashboard for the month, and then also the monthly planning page. So there's quite a lot of space to plan for the month, and they've again left it quite open-ended, so you can use these boxes for whatever you want, like there's no title there. And you could just use some whiteout and change that if you didn't want to use it for birthdays. We go into the monthly calendar, starts on Sunday, which is consistent with that annual overview we looked at just before. Now, instead of split boxes, they've gone for 6 rows. So instead of, like, let's say the 31st ended here, sometimes they'll draw a line and then start the numbering up here. This time they've just done 6 boxes. So I do like that there aren't split boxes, but for the 6th row, it means every single one is smaller than it could otherwise have been. So, I mean, it's like pro and a con at the same time. Because it is a US company, it has the US holidays pre-printed, which is the same as the previous versions of the Erin Condren planner, and I do still like this little pop of color they've continued throughout. Now the pages seem to be like closing on their own, so let me just see if I can break the spine. So by that I mean you turn the notebook over and then you kind of like pull it back a bit. I guess you're sort of like flexing it, probably because it's new and hasn't been like used yet. Oh yeah, it's all good. It's all good. They're laying flat. That's good because anytime sewn bound notebook, that's usually why I avoid them, because they don't lay flat, but this one actually is. Love it. And while I'm here, let's just talk about that really pretty gold foil edging. Absolutely love that, and it's around all sides as well. Just a nice, like, classy touch. So the other thing I do like about Erin Condren with their colors, they do, like, separate it. So you can see where one month is ending and the next month is beginning. And I really like this blue and teal combination, looks really pretty. So horizontal, as you can see, very similar to the other version, except they've just deleted this separate box here, probably because the page size is smaller. So they've kind of just snipped it to there. So just keep that in mind. If you do want to add that second box, you could just get some washi tape or just draw a line. The holidays are printed again on the weekly spread, same, so they appear on the monthly and the weekly. Now instead of wasting your time flicking through all of them, I'll just give you a quick flick so you can see the different colors. So the monthly pages are consistent, like the same, you know, with the kaleidoscope pattern thing and the dashboard, etc. The only thing that will change is these colors for the months. And I was hoping to find a ribbon bookmark, so you do get one only though. Really, only one? Yep, only one. Okay, that's unfortunate because I usually like to flag the month and the week. So 2 would have been great, but 1, at least there's one. Green. It's orangey peach, I guess you'd call it. Love that purple. Mint. Well, that's nice pink. Pink and teal. So yeah, nice colors. I really do think they've improved the colors over the years, so that's definitely a pro for me. Now, I have not done a pen testing of this planner because I've done pen testing some of the other planners that I purchased in this same haul. I'll include a link to the haul video below, as well as the pen test if you want to have a look. Now, Erin Condren raved about this Mohawk paper that she upgraded to, but personally, I don't think it's that fantastic. As you can see, there's already ghosting for the design on the back side of the page. I think if the paper was good or worth raving about, you wouldn't be able to see that. It should be just the current design on that page. So generally I find that if the paper is any less than, say, 140 to 160 GSM thick, you'll get this kind of ghosting. So I definitely think if they're going to rave about the paper, they should make it a bit thicker, because with the ghosting design, there's also ghosting of the pens as well, which you'll see in the pen test I'll link below. I like this little touchy with the asterisk and the pop of colour. Just something different, and also good if you wanted to colour code. So maybe you want to keep the passwords on your purple page, or maybe you're colour coding different areas of your life and you want to put like one thing on each page. Just like having colour there. Something a bit more interesting. And then you got dates at a glance for the next year in the same format, which I really like this. Probably prefer this format better than the other one, because you get the dates and a mini checklist and a notes section. So I really like that. At the back here, there is no pocket folder, so keep that in mind. And there's also no elastic band around it, so it's kind of, see how it's like opening a bit? I think an elastic band would be good just to keep everything closed, especially if you have some loose bits of paper, because there is no pocket folder at the front or the back. But overall, love the color scheme, love the gold foil edging. I like the lined writing space, the monthly layout's good. Possibly get rid of these dates at a glance within the weekly, because you can always just revert back to the monthly calendar and see that. Maybe because they didn't include the little snapshot on the monthly, they've included them on the weekly, but maybe that could be changed so you get more room to write. Love the notes pages. So I do think it's a nice notebook, and if you can get it on clearance around March when they reduce them, I do think it would be worth the cost. They've improved their shipping as well. So when I purchased the first time a few years ago, shipping was really expensive and it took forever to get to Australia. This time I ordered, and I think it was within like a week from California to Queensland. So that was pretty quick, I thought, and the price of the shipping wasn't too bad. So if you've been turned off of Erin Condren in the past because it's got like the stigma of being expensive, yeah, it can be, but if you get it on sale and the shipping's come down in price, it's not that bad. I think it's worth it. It's a nice, pretty planner. It's full color printing, which not many planners are doing these days. They're tending to go with neutral. So if you do want something full color, I do think Erin Condren is the way to go. So I hope you found this review helpful. I'll include the link to my Erin Condren haul video down below, as well as some other reviews of Erin Condren planners that I've done, and all the details about this one, the pen test, etc. It will all be linked below. And don't forget to subscribe. I usually post a couple of planner review videos each week. See you in the next one.